tool, and so without any further ado, I want to just get started. So for this audience, it's a no-brainer to say that coming out is still an issue. And as many of you are fully aware, religion is often a driver behind rejection by families. And so after years and years of our community really being positioned in terms of this issue as it being gay versus God, we've seen an incredible amount of progress, particularly in the last decade or so, of LGBT people of faith coming out, families coming out, denominations changing. Things like for the Supreme Court, many of the Supreme Court cases, but particularly around marriage equality, seeing amicus briefs that are signed by thousands of religious leaders. We've seen incredible changes in individual denominations around LGBTQ issues. We have a new pope who seems a bit better than the last one, to say the least. Caitlin and I will be seeing him. I don't think we're talking to him, but we'll be seeing him in D.C. in a few weeks. We'll let you know. But we're also seeing a lot of controversy around the RFRA's religious freedom. In fact, I think very soon Kim Clark's going to be up in front of a judge talking about her refusal to issue marriage licenses in Kentucky. So, I think it's fair to say that we're still living in a world where there's a lot of progress to be made. And the LGBT organizations, for many years, when I worked at GLAAD, it was always very interesting to really just honestly sense hostility toward religion, because a lot of us have been hurt. And that has changed so much, and so many organizations are doing a lot more. And I'm thrilled to have some individuals here who are with organizations and as people, as families, as members of the community, are doing incredible work really in the trenches to make the kind of change that we need to see. So I'm just going to very briefly introduce the panel. They're going to make some brief remarks. We're going to watch the film. And then really, as always, the most important part is the Q&A piece. I feel like a professional moderator here at NLGJA. But very quickly, I just want to introduce our panel. Dr. Caitlin Ryan is a clinical social worker. She's an amazing person. She's worked on LGBT health and mental health for nearly 40 years. She did her clinical training with children and adolescents at Smith College School for Social Work. And she started the Family Acceptance Project in 2002. It was the first research, education, intervention, and policy project to help diverse families support their LGBT children, decrease family rejection, and prevent health risks, including suicide, homelessness, substance abuse, and HIV, and promote family acceptance. And she's going to talk about her work quite a bit to really help frame this whole issue for us. I'm also absolutely thrilled to have Mitch Mayne here. Mitch is a San Francisco local. He was raised in Idaho, baptized into the Mormon church when he was 8. He left the church for many years, due in part to his parents' divorce. And in his mid-20s, he returned to the church of his own accord, knowing full well that he was gay, and that, quote, someday I would have to find a way to reconcile my sexual orientation with my faith. I've come to understand myself as a man with a foot in two worlds, who very much belongs in both. From August 2011 through November 2013, I served as the executive secretary of there's always one word I can't pronounce, Bishopric? Bishopric. That's the word of the day here at NLGJA. Bishopric, because I know some bishops who are pricks, but that's a whole other thing. Of the Baim Ward, I'm Catholic, of the Baim Ward within the San Francisco state. Also thrilled to have with us Rabbi Debra Kolodny, who joined Nehirim as executive director in March of 2013. She brings over 30 years of leadership in LGBTQ organizations, including 5 as the national coordinator of BINET USA, and 6 facilitating NGLTF's National Religious Leadership Roundtable. She is currently germinating a video podcast called As the Spirit Moves Us, featuring spiritual pundits exploring personal and political issues of the day. She has published Blessed by Spirit, Bisexual People of Faith in 2000, and has written dozens of articles on religion and sexuality. She's taught in hundreds of venues on Judaism, sexual orientation, and gender identity. She is active in interfaith social justice work and a frequent speaker, ritualist, and teacher. And last, and certainly not least, Wendy Montgomery, thrilled to have her here. She's sort of a special guest because she's not in the program, but she's also a really special guest because she is the mom that you'll see in the film about her family. And I guess the most important thing to say about Wendy is she has become one of the most amazing voices for LGBT equality for us, particularly around issues of faith and within the Mormon faith. She's a dragon mama. And if you go on her Facebook page, you'll see why. She and her family are just extraordinary, and we're thrilled to have her. So with that, I'm going to let Caitlin talk a little bit about the Family Acceptance Project.